Good evening and welcome to Sunset News. I'm Aina Kweyo, bringing you news, community stories, weather, economic news, and so much more on this Thursday evening in the news tonight. With the trend of local authorities enlisting debt collectors companies to recover monies from clients who have defaulted on their monthly municipal accounts, Urban and Rural Development Minister Erastus Utomi is pleading that this should not be the case. The minister is encouraging local authorities to engage their communities, find out what the reasons for non-payment are, and enter into agreements instead of enlisting a third party to do their work. Utomi views the handing over of the accounts to debt collecting company means those who are employed by the local authority to do that function as having been turned into a mere salary collectors. I am appealing to local authority council not to resort to handing over your residents to third parties. Do not do that. You cannot outsource your public service which you are employed for, Utomi said earlier today during the official opening of the 11th edition of the Ondangwa Trade and Industrial Exhibition. You are handing over your communities to third parties, and that is why they are not happy. We have to make sure that we make use of our credit control systems and policies. Engage the community. They are not difficult people. Utomi's sentiments on the debt collectors came at the time when several local authorities, including Ondangwa, are making use of debt collector to recover millions owed by residents. Red Force Debt Collection, who collects debt on behalf of Ondangwa, the city of Bentuk, Oshakati, and Falfish Bay, to mention a few, has been making the news as residents from these towns have been expressing their dissatisfaction over the manner in which they operate. Red Force at the moment is facing legal battles as some local authorities have attempted to cancel contracts entered into. Rundu Town Council is among the towns that have cancelled the contract with Red Force, however, only to be hit with a civil claim of over 9 million Namibian dollars by the debt collection company. Falfish Bay Municipality also attempted to cancel the contract with Red Force, something which the debt collection company challenged in the court and successfully got an interdict, meaning they continue with their operations. Moving over to our next story, CMB Tech CEO Alexandra Saveris elaborates on green hydrogen collaboration with Namibia. CMB Tech and Ottawa Enlist are partners in Clean Energy Solutions Namibia, a joint venture with the aim to provide Africa's first public green hydrogen refueling station. The hydrogen production plant, established in Falfish Bay, uses solar energy for hydrogen production on site. In the visual displayed, the first truck is being filled with green hydrogen proudly produced in Namibia. Belgium King's Philippe and Namibia's President Nangolo Mbuba filled the first truck in Falfish Bay this morning. Moving over to our next story. While the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board has been warned about oil and gas disease, the government is desperate to create quality jobs. This according to NIPDB head Nangula Wanja, who said about 80% of Namibia's workforce only has grade 12 or lower qualifications. Head of Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board said they have been warned by many people about the oil and gas disease, but the Namibian government is desperate to create quality jobs for Namibians, with about 80% of the employed Namibians having only grade 12 or less. She made these remarks during the groundbreaking ceremony of the Benguela Blue Aqua Farming Project at Ludretz. Dutch disease is what it is called when a country boasts of a new discovery of large oil reserves, which unfortunately has a negative impact on the country and its economy because of the influx of foreign conglomerates ready to exploit these resources. Interestingly, one just remarks coincides with the visit of Belgium King Philippe to Namibia, pursuing its resources for development of the green hydrogen as Europe is going to bend under energy storage. As we move over to our next story, local blasting activities in Tamaraskia, Swakopmund have sparked controversy as the rock damaged a resident's property. The incident, stemming from ongoing developments between Atlantic Secondary and Tamaraskia Sports Field, has left a homeowner furious after a rock crashed through their roof. Bolster Hiskia Iambo, overseeing the blasting, says that all safety protocols were adhered to, denoting the mishap to unforeseen circumstances. However, the affected property owner insists on accountability, alleging negligence and incompetence. Tension escalates as the community awaits further developments in this unfolding dispute. Precious Ngitaunabo reports.
Local blasting activities in Tamariskia, Swakopmund have sparked controversy as a rock damages a resident's property. The incident, stemming from ongoing developments, has left a homeowner furious after a rock crashed through their roof. Blaster Hiskia Iambo, overseeing the blasting, maintains that all safety protocols were adhered to, attributing the mishap to unforeseen circumstances. However, the affected property owner insists on accountability, alleging negligence and incompetence. Tensions escalate as the community awaits for further development in this unfolding dispute. Stay tuned for more updates.
After the break, we return with economic news. Stay with us.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouthwatering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
In our economic news tonight, Namibia's trade deficit rose to 4.5 billion Namibian dollars in March, up from 3.9 billion Namibian dollars the previous month and 2.2 billion Namibian dollars a year ago. Figures just released by the Namibia Statistics Agency show exports earning recorded in an increase of 36.5% from 6.1 billion Namibian dollars in February this this year to 8.3 billion Namibian dollars compared to March last year. However, exports declined by 18.6% from 10.2 billion Namibian dollars. Import for the 5 month under review stood at 12.8 billion Namibian dollars, translating into an increase of 27.9% month-on-month and 2.9% year-on-year. NSA data also showed that Namibia exported live animals to the tune of 245 million Namibian dollars in March, up 33% from the 184 million Namibian dollars in the same month last year. In February, exports amounted to 208 million Namibian dollars, according to the data just released by the Namibia Statistics Agency. And for now, let's have a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades for 23 Namibian dollars 25 cents to 1 British pound, 19 Namibian dollars 93 cents to 1 euro, 18 Namibian dollars 67 cents to 1 US dollar, 2 Namibian dollars 59 cents will get you 1 Chinese yuan. Two commodities have increased, that is gold with 0.28% and platinum with 1.74%. Now copper and Brent crude oil have dropped with 0.98% and 2.69% respectively. Stick around because after the break we return with our story of the day.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
In our Story of the Day segment tonight, the Namibia University of Science and Technology has awarded Ohamba Yovakwanyama Martha Mwadinomo ya Christian Nelumbu an honoris causa Doctor of Philosophy in Leadership and Change Management degree. Nelumbu will be receiving the award on Friday at the NAS graduation ceremony at Enana Town in Ohangwena region. The University of Sciences and Technology, like other universities in the world, has an academic tradition of awarding honorary doctorates to recognize distinguished personalities for their exceptional contributions to humanity. As an inspirational advocate for education, the university has identified Nelumbu as a distinguished Namibian citizen, a woman of true humility, strong leadership, acumen, and philanthropy. In a citation by NAST Executive Dean for the Faculty of Commerce, Human Sciences and Education, Prof. Eviginia Semente, Nelumbu's sacrifices and leadership ability are widely acclaimed and in the contemporary world of today characterized with complex cyclical vulnerability and development challenges such as poverty, food insecurity, natural hazards, gender inequality, and macroeconomic shocks, among others. Selfless acts by individuals that support mankind are rare to come by, and hence the need for this recognition. In terms of philanthropy, Ohamba Mekulu Martha Mwadinomo serves as a role model for the entire Ovakwanyama community and beyond, as she encourages charity, volunteering, and active citizenship, Semente said. Over the years, the Omedi Palace cares for over 45 abandoned children and about 27 homeless adults. Nelumbu also made a crucial contribution to Namibia's independence by helping the People's Liberation Army of Namibia by giving them basic needs such as food, water, and shelter, as well as letting them know whether or not the enemy was around. After the break, we return with our international news. Stay with us.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
In international news tonight, a town at the heart of the mining coltan, a key ingredient in making mobile phones, has been seized in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo by rebel forces, the spokesperson has said. Rubaya fell into the hands of M23 fighters on Tuesday following heavy clashes with the government troops, Willy Ngoma said. The government has not yet commented, but a civil society activist group confirmed that M23 had captured the strategic town. It happened on the day France President Emmanuel Macron called on neighboring Rwanda to hold its support for the M23 rebel group. Macron made these comments after holding talks with DR Congo President Felix Tshisekedi in France's capital, Paris. Rwanda has repeatedly denied backing the rebels, who have captured much territory in the mineral-rich East during fighting over the past 18 months. DR Congo is the world's second biggest producer of coltan, with most of it coming from the mines around Rubaya and the Masisi district. Coltan is used to make batteries for electric vehicles and mobile phones. DR Congo's government accuses Rwanda of backing the rebels to steal its mineral wealth, an allegation the government in Kigali denies. Over to our next story. Russian forces appears to have executed Ukrainian soldiers as they attempted to surrender or had already surrendered since December 2023, an international rights group has said in a new report. The action should be investigated as war crimes, Human Rights Watch said in a report published on Thursday. The group probed 5 incidents of what it called the apparent summary execution of at least 15 Ukrainian soldiers as they attempted to surrender, and possibly 6 more who were surrendering or who had surrendered between December 2023 and February 2024. Since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, its forces have committed many heinous war crimes, said Belkis Weil, a senior researcher at HRW. The summary execution or murder of surrendering and injured Ukrainian soldiers gunned down in cold blood, expressly forbidden under international humanitarian law, is also included in that shameful legacy. The rights watchdog said it relied on analysis of drone footage and videos in social media, interviews, and Ukrainian soldier and media reports, but added that it could not confirm the location of some of the incidents. It noted that the apparent executions do not appear to be isolated instances. It cited one incident on February 25 when drone footage shared on X appeared to show at least 7 Ukrainian soldiers coming out of a dugout removing their body armor, when one soldier one soldier even removing his helmet and all lying faces down as 5 Russian soldiers aimed and fired at them. The researchers differentiated between Russian and Ukrainian troops by observing the use of each other's side identification tape, blue for Ukraine and white or red for Russia, as well as the different colors of their military fatigues. Moving over to our final international news story, Turkish Minister of Hakan Fidan said on Wednesday that Turkey would join in South Africa's genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. Upon completion of legal text of our work, we will submit the declaration of official intervention before the ICJ with the objective of implementing this political decision, Fidan said in a joint press conference with Indonesia's Foreign Minister Retno Marsudi in Ankara. Turkey will continue to support the Palestinian people in all circumstances, he said. The ICJ ordered Israel opens a new tab in January to refrain from any acts that could fall under the Genocide Convention and to ensure its troops commit no genocidal acts against Palestinians after South Africa accused Israel of state-led genocide in Gaza. In January, President Tayyip Erdogan said that Turkey was providing documents for the case at the ICJ, also known as the World Court. Israel and its Western allies described the allegation as baseless. A final ruling in South Africa's ICJ case in The Hague would take years. Now, let's have a look at the weather predictions for tomorrow. Katima Mulilo and Rundu can expect minimum degrees of 12, while Enana and Otjiwarongo can expect minimum degrees of 14, while Omaruru and Tsumeb can expect a minimum of 15 degrees. Henties Bay can expect a maximum of 21 degrees, while Keetmanshoop a maximum of 32 degrees, Mariental slightly below with 31 degrees, while Adamsvlei can expect a maximum of 34 degrees. After the break, we take a look at the weather predictions, the sports package courtesy of Sports Rep.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news. Starting off with soccer news first, it's the Champions League. It's semi-finals that's being played at the moment. First leg action, and it was Borussia Dortmund that take a 1-goal lead into the next game that they will play, and that is against PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. So it was Borussia Dortmund that played at home. They won the game by 1-0. Important advantage going into the second leg of the Champions League semi-final. And it was Niklas Füllkrug that scored the important goal in the 36th minute. He's a German international, so he showed great skill to score the winner for Borussia Dortmund. The return leg, the second game, will be played in Paris, and that will be played at the Parc des Princes, and that's a home game for PSG, and that will be played on Tuesday, the 7th of May. Moving on to tennis news, it is Madrid Open that is in week 2. That will be the finals on this weekend. And in the big news from the men's side of the draw is that Carlos Alcaraz, the number 2 seed, he's out of the tournament, and he lost to Andrei Rublev, the number 7 seed. The score there was 4-6, 6-3 and 6-2. And also it's a good tournament for number 12 seed of America, that is Taylor Fritz, and he beat Francesco Corondolo of Argentina. He beat him by 6-1, 3-6 and 6-3. So it will be Andrei Rublev that play against Taylor Fritz in the semi-final. In the women's side of the draw, it was the number 2 seed Aryna Sabalenka safely through. She played against the teenager Mira Andreeva, and it was a comfortable win in the quarterfinals, 6-1 and 6-4 for Sabalenko. And she will play Elena Rybakina, and she will play her in the semi-final. And also the number 1 seed Iga Swiatek, also still in the tournament, also playing in the semi-finals. And to conclude today's international sports news, it is rugby news, and it's related to rugby coaches, and it is Johan van Graan, the South African, that confirmed that he will extend his contract with Bath, and that will go on to the 2029-2030 season. And he joined Bath in 2022. That was after he was previously with the team Munster for 5 years. So it's Johan van Graan of South Africa doing well in English rugby. And also there's a speculation that Frans Ludeker is also a coach from South Africa, that he might be the new coach for Ulster, the Irish club. And at the moment, Frans Ludeker is coaching in Japan, but there's speculation that he's negotiating with Ulster to be the new coach for beginning the end of this season. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
And with that, we've come to the end of tonight's broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, which is called oneupto.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV 285 as well as GoTV 25 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. Please don't end your day without us. Good night.